as you said, for us, we don't know much about them, and that's why I feel like it's so cool that we can stream them in this upper bracket, because I really want to see how good they are and what strategies they use. I mean, at the moment, we see a lot of Super Dragons as well. That might happen. Maybe they're just really good with those Super Dragons, but maybe they use those fancy strategies as well. So we're looking forward to see what they're coming in with, because so far, like just based on the stars, on the performance which they showed in the results which we have seen so far, they were crushing it. So really looking forward to see which of those two teams can get this victory and be one of the first two teams actually who's getting into the playoff phase, into the next stage of this tournament.
And we talk about like how the Swiss bracket almost makes it a little bit more equally matched, and in this sense we definitely get to see it with the 14 and 14 star performances and the teams being able to face off against teams that are basically within their standing, but again some just ups and downs and surprises and turns to see Queen Walkers in that lower bracket, but still with the opportunity to fight their way out against a very strong team with absolute zero, you know, and Strut as well being knocked out by this dark horse. RYNT could be in a similar position, but we've also seen some incredible plays by Torla Tavatan, which I think has taken some other teams by surprise. So you never know where you're going to be, but we are inching closer to find out which of those teams are going to advance on into the playoffs, where we have the $50,000 on the line. And not only that, but the first place walking away with $30,000 of that prize pool and the coveted first golden ticket for the World Championships.
Yeah, and if you're wondering why I'm always like looking onto that side, I'm trying to read you guys in the chat what exactly you were saying. And there was actually someone saying, okay, only one Super Dragon hit so far versus Strat. Okay, that's interesting. I'm really looking forward to see what they're coming up with, like what their strategy type is, because I feel like it's every single team is like having their own identity when it's coming down to attacking. Obviously, the Lalo the most famous one, but even with that, different teams are opting into different, I don't know, like variation of Lalo. Some people prefer the Ice Hounds more, some teams prefer the Queen Charge more, some people really are into the Blizzard. So that's really, really different. That's what I love about those teams, because every single team has their own identity, has their own approach to the game, what they think is the best at the moment. So that's really cool to watch. So I'm really looking forward to. And I heard already that some teams actually use Queen Charge Rocket Loon, so I want to see one of those as well. That would be really cool later on. But yeah, super excited to see what strategies those teams are coming up with and what the go-to is as well. Both teams defended really well in the future, like in the last couple of matches. So let's see what type of bases they're running, because we have seen completely different. We have seen box bases from Queen Walkers or MS Esports. We have seen anti 3-star setups already. So really looking forward to see what their understanding of the meta is and how they ended up being 2-0 so far in this really, really crazily stacked bracket.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see what we have coming from that. Now, because you have solicited the chat to give you more information on Perumania, where do you stand on this? Who do you think is going to have the lead in it? Let's not say get the win, but who do you think has more of an advantage coming into this match?
It's hard to say. I think at this point it's really hard talking about like adapting to the enemy team. So even though our RYNT is more known, I don't think that this is an advantage or disadvantage at this point. I think it's all about just playing your game and trying to go with it. Still though, since our RYNT have the experience at playing at this level with winning this cup you said earlier, I think they are having the upper hand. But let's see. We have the first attack in. Sammy is in with one of the only ground attacks which we have seen so far. P.E.K.K.A. Smash it is. I love it. We have not seen P.E.K.K.A. Smash in ages. I feel like, I don't know, Super Bowler Smash? Yeah, sometimes. But P.E.K.K.A. Smash, actually, that's cool to see.
Yeah, so we did get to see the Super Bowler Smash. We, of course, got to see some hybrid, but P.E.K.K.A. Smash we don't see as much of because of the power of those Super Bowlers. Now we do have the Warden leading the way here, clearing up the path, gets the opening coming in, working along with the Queen. This provides a lot of power with the oncoming defense because the Warden can't handle it all on his lonesome, but also speeds up the process coming in and clears out a huge portion of this base. We've already opened up the 9 o'clock portion of the base to start leading our way through with those P.E.K.K.A.s, with the Super Wizards, and all meet up, pushing down towards that bottom side of the base where the Town Hall remains.
Yeah, and so far it seems like being more like a Queen charge into somewhat of a P.E.K.K.A. smash. So really interesting approach so far. I love the idea, but there's now the Rocket Loons coming in. The healers are transitioning over to the Queen. Oh, he barely saving that Queen with that Warden ability. That was really last second. Nicely done with the erection. But now he has to get to that Town Hall because, I mean, there's still 2 exposed single Inferno Tower behind the Town Hall, and the Town Hall needs to go down. The Queen going along with that Unicorn and having some fun at the top side with the Queen luring away everything from the Town Hall. What is going on?
What? Where are these Yetis going? The Valve walking away with the Yetis. Queen's on her own course, beating on a wall rather than going to the Town Hall. I mean, everything was lined up open straight to go through, but we've got the P.E.K.K.A.s coming in. Royal Champ trying to help this out, but she's burned through her ability. Warden shots it down, and the Town Hall goes down, but is this going to be enough to recover? There's a minute left on the clock. Yeti's working with the Queen, but no abilities left and no spell support Itsu.
Yeah, I mean, that was close to a heart attack right there, but he got that second star, and now it's all about this time, as I said. There's this one P.E.K.K.A. cleaning things up, and there's the wall break to get the Queen out. The Queen with the Unicorn, that's like the crazy thing about this Unicorn. The Queen was supposed to be dead already 10 times, but this Unicorn keeping her alive. The P.E.K.K.A. is running 30 seconds. The Wizards are dying at the bottom side. The Queen is following that P.E.K.K.A. and has the Unicorn behind it. And this is going to be the 3-star. We can see the reaction of the player. What an attack. I think this is one of the most roller coaster attacks which I have seen in a long time. Looking good from the Queen, nearly dying in a millisecond Warden ability. Perfect timing right there to protect the Queen, to the Queen being then at the end like full life again. And what an attack. Saving the second star, saving the third star. That was a really cool attack to watch.
Yeah, I think I saw Sammy wiping some sweat off his brow there towards the end. Oh my goodness. Definitely a roller coaster of action, but beautiful recovery. And that is sometimes not the most easy and forgivable recovery when you come in with the Town Hall on the back end, but this is something to keep in mind with various styles of attacks. When you have that Royal Champion, she often isn't coming in with the main mix, so she can be used as a saving grace to help pick up that Town Hall, but it would not have been done had those P.E.K.K.A.s not have been there to help with the support, because she can't often get that done by herself without a Rage, Freeze, or some additional combination, especially with some surrounding defenses there. But kudos to get that 3-star on the board and start this off. And you can see the lineup down below. Aphelion already in with a 3-star start against Gensen Clan. And we'll keep an eye on these triples and 2-stars and stats coming in below. Empire Gaming, also another team that we don't know much of, but they are continuing to throw in these 3-stars.
Yes, and now we have Alberto coming in with the Super Dragons right there. What exactly is he going to go for? There's the Super Dragons. One Inferno Dragon on the far left was funneling. And now coming in from this far other side from the Town Hall. First, the Rages are in. That's how you do it with those Super Dragons. And then, where is that Blimp coming in? Obviously, no Warden ability left anymore. The Super Dragons are just going to fry everything up in the core. Clan Castle came out, which is not the most optimal thing. The Rage in the core. Is something going there? Yes, we have the Dragons following. And now we have that Blimp flying in. Obviously, no protection anymore. No Warden ability to protect that. But the Super Dragons are closing in. And there's still quite a few of them left alive. With the freeze for the Town Hall, that should make quick work.
Yeah, and they've actually cleared out the majority of the pathing for any possible air traps along the way. So it gets that nice deep dive in with the Yetis to help secure not only take down the Town Hall, but taking on that single targeting Inferno. And this clears a nice course for the remaining Super Drags to take care of the outside of the base, work alongside with the Royal Champion for the Scattershot compartment, while the Queen reserves her ability on the outside edge. Limited damage coming in. We do, of course, have the cannon, the Archer Tower, and the multi-mortar, but with the Unicorn keeping her alive while she's not taking on too much heat is going to give her the power to get through. Plus, Itzu, we've still got a freeze left to hold off on this one.
Yeah, and again, the scariest combination which there is in Clash of Clans, which is the Unicorn Queen combination. I mean, she's just staying alive for so long. It is incredible. The Super Dragon at the bottom side, clearing out the Archer Tower, and this means the Queen can finish off the job, and that's going to be the first 3-star as well for Perumania. Nicely done by Alberto, showing off the Super Dragons, which we haven't seen that often, to be honest. I think, is that the first Super Dragon attack we have seen from Gaku? We have seen from Gaku the Inferno Dragons, but no Super Dragons yet, except like at least in this stream so far. So the first Super Dragon attack of the day, and it's going to be a 3-star.
Absolutely, yeah. It would have been Stodger that we would have expected to see it come in with, because that has been his poison of choice lately. But this time he actually switched over to the Super Bowlers, went back to his ground roots today. So first one on the board for us, and we'll see what remains for the rest of the attacks to come. RYNT has definitely been displaying a lot of versatility within their attacks. You were talking about that Rocket Loon attack that came in from one of the teams, and I'm wondering if that's from War and Glory, because I think I've seen that coming in from time to time, but wouldn't mind seeing one of them coming in from this war as well, especially not knowing what to quite expect from Perumania.
I'm just double checking. Yeah, I saw it on Twitter, on Discord. Someone said that Trilla Tavantan used in their first match where they had 15 stars, one Queen Shot Rocket Loon attack, one Super Dragon attack, and then like Sui Lalo as well. So they were the team who used the Queen Shot Rocket Loon. So let's see if we stream that later. But yeah, going to be interesting. But still, I mean, so far both teams in the upper bracket, like in the top bracket, you want to say, did not disappoint. But still, it's the question again of defense. I feel like at the moment, every player, it's kind of sad, but it's kind of expected for them to 3-star. The defense has to carry. The defense has to be the big deciding factor. Let's see if one of the two teams can actually get an impact over there and get the first defense to get a bit of pressure onto the other team, because with having such high scores, the defense is a lot of pressure onto the other team, because they would need a better defense. At the same time, keep 3-starring.
Yeah, defense isn't easy right now with so many different strategies to go about with and have to try and protect against, especially as more of these teams become versatile with their styles of attacks. So let's see what we have Tertito coming in with. We've got more. Ooh, Super Pekka Smash. They are fighting with ground. They want to go in dirty with this one. And we've got the Warden looking to clear out the pass for this scatter shot here. Start shaping up what we need to push in directly towards that Town Hall. Again, leaving it to the back end. It was a little bit risky on that last one, but often it's a much safer approach. I think Tertina is going to hope for a cleaner push coming into this one. But the great value out of using the Warden in this is that you can get that long-range reach rather than having to force your Queen through to take on some of the heavy-hitting damage items. You just have to watch the clock, and he is perfectly fine coming in with over 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, but I'm kind of scared right now, because with this opening, it is really risky where the Queen is going. I mean, at this point, it's kind of obvious that he wants to have his Queen and this smash coming from the bottom side, but at the moment with those Tesla, it really looks like that he would... Wait a second. Okay, yeah, exactly that is happening with the Queen going around the bottom side. And now the healers are not on his smash. So he now has to adapt with the lock launcher. And he has to completely flip things on their hand. So let's see how he's going to react. The Warden is running away. The Warden is following those P.E.K.K.A, leaving the Queen alone like, okay, we got that. I will help the other guys over there. Now let's see how impactful this multi-Inferno Tower is, because the Queen is not going to reach that easily. And now there's the jump in the middle of the core, but he's jumping in between of two multi-Inferno Towers without having any healers on his troops.
Ooh, so we do have the Yetis that come out. Single goes, or the multi goes down nice and fast. Queen has her ability reserved, and this is what we want. Yetis coming through into the Town Hall position with the Golem taking the lead for those P.E.K.K.A.s for the Super Wizard. This does help out quite a bit. And the Queen staying behind, and the King with his ability, and Royal Champ just coming on the board. It's just the Town Hall that needs to go down. No singles, no scatter shots, not a lot to worry about except for the cleanup. And the heroes look like they have this one under control. It's just a matter of the spread of cleanup here. We've got one minion down on the side, unobstructed by any air targeting defenses. Itsu, this is another turnaround recovery with things going slightly off course.
That is, I mean, time is still an issue, even though this Royal Champion with pretty much 0 HP can still have a lot of impact over there. Yeah, no giant bomb.
No giant
Otherwise,
bombs.
it could be a problem. No giant bomb so far. The Queen is going to finish things off, and that's going to be a 3-star. And that's just crazy to me. I mean, I don't know how about you. You're streaming way more tournament matches at the moment than I do. How is your feeling about P.E.K.K.A. Smash? Because I have to say, I'm really rarely seeing P.E.K.K.A. Smash at the moment. I feel like it is Queen Charge Lalo, then Super Dragons, and then maybe Super Bowlers, something like that. But P.E.K.K.A. Smash is really like not seen that often anymore because I feel like it's really hard to execute. The healer switch onto the P.E.K.K.A. is not as easy as with Super Bowlers. So really surprised that RYNT is going in twice with those P.E.K.K.A. Smash. And so far, the attacks were really nice. The first one was a little bit of a roller coaster. We have talked about it. But otherwise, I mean, really nice attacks.
Yeah, we definitely aren't seeing as many Super P.E.K.K.A. Smashes in the mix. Super Bowlers are the more predominant one because of the power of the Super Bowlers and the range that they have. Plus, we're also seeing a lot of those box-style bases, which do work well for the Super Bowler Smashes. So those are often the poison of choice, and they do work on various styles of bases. It's the funnel, like you said, that makes it a little bit harder coming in with these and getting that swap over. But they have handled it nicely. Just very fortunate there were no giant bombs on that back end. So let's see what Jeff can do here, coming in with more of a dragon mix. But we do have, I don't know, I like to kind of call this like the happy family when we see all these dragons working together. Because we do have a hybrid, but it's more of a Hydra since we do have the Inferno Drag thrown in the mix here as well. Early rages coming down, again, early pop of that Warden ability. We talk about this in drags in general because we want that front line of loons taking the course on the defensive end and also soaking up any of the traps along the way to give the power for those drags as they make their way into the center of the base.
Oh my goodness, this is so risky with this blimp. There could be so easily some traps, and the Supermins are over there as well. But the blimp is making it, and this means that this town was going to fall really quickly. He's kind of lucky that there is no Lava Hound in the clan cast because this Yeti blimp would have easily lured that out. That would have been not that nice. But with this Super Mini clan caster, which got lured anyways, it's a really, really huge overkill actually. Like the last air defense is going down. Dragons on the right side are like happy and alive. And yeah, the happy dragon family just completely smashed this base.
Yeah, I mean, the timing seems superb on the way that they're going about this. Often, more times than not, we're not seeing the Yeti combination with the singles surrounding those town halls. Depending on the distance from it, we'll either see the option of the cloned loons or the cloned minions to take that on, which also situates the dragons so that they don't go through the poison bomb. But they do seem to have a handle on this. This seems to be something that they've been focused on and working in. And like you said, a little bit risky on getting that blimp into place, but also securing that the town hall takes down. So I feel like this is where teams like this, where they're the dark horse, they're the unknown, you don't know what to expect from them, give them a huge advantage coming into this. And we are tied up now on the board 6-6. And looking at the rest of the stats coming through, Strut has 6 stars on the board. They are taking a lead over Torla by at least 1 star depending what we see coming in. Tomp and I, though, being held back with 2 defenses against Warren Glory, who does have a triple in on the board.
And we have to remember, Tomp and I already have 1 lose, right? So if they're losing this versus Warren Glory, they're on the tournament live as well. So let's see how the other matches are looking like. GB2 are not too bad. Queen Walkers again with only 2 stars and Episode 0, 2 out of 2 so far. It might happen that Queen Walkers is dropping out right away. 0-3. That would be something really unexpected. At the same time, though, I mean, we know, as I said earlier, Queen Walkers is typically starting slow in the year and then coming in clutch at the end where it really matters. And that's kind of the thing what a lot of those pro players are saying as well. I mean, it's kind of nice to have the first golden ticket, but at the same time, when you're coming in hot at the end, it's riskier, but at the same time, you're really on fire in that specific meta where it really counts, because that's the final, the world's finals meta then. So at the same time, a lot of crazy result, or like crazy in-between results. But yeah, cannot wait for seeing all of those matches finishing up. But then we have our matches on the hand. Both teams with 6 stars. Crazy start so far. And defenses so far had no chance, even though it was close sometimes.
Yeah, defenses don't seem to be stopping anything. RYNT is on point, but they've been on fire. They've had a lot of great wars recently in the various tournaments they've been playing, with some big wins, and I think that they're actually just coming in hot off of those. Now let's take a look as Joker comes in for RYNT. We can see him coming in with the drags. Looks like they're wanting to now fight fire with fire here. So we've got the Dragloon combination. Queen charge to start setting up what this needs to funnel its way through, and weaving her way in and out for the scatter shot position to get all the way down to the town hall and work those drags across, likely from the 12 to 2 o'clock side of the base.
Yeah, it's overall a strategy which we're not seeing that often anymore. That's really cool, I have to say. I have not seen that much so far from RYNT, but what I'm seeing in this match already is it's really cool what they're doing, bringing strategies which are not that common. Not only Lalo, which we have seen from a lot of other teams, and they're coming in with P.E.K.K.A Smash, they're coming in with Queen Charge Dragons, which I have not seen in ages, so really cool, getting me excited about those different tanks, and I cannot wait to see how he's planning things out with the heal spell, most likely with the dragons right into the town hall and healing things up again against that town hall poison. And with that, he's doing it completely different to what base builders are expecting. Base builders are expecting that the town hall is getting taken down with the Queen George, with the Blizzard, with things like that. So this means it's heavily defended. With having dragons coming in there, I mean, come on. Yes, maybe there's some black mines, but at the same time, they're not getting, like, dragons are not getting one shot by black mines, so the heal spell should keep them alive. The Queen, meanwhile, is having a nice loop around the top side. The town hall should be taken down soon.
Interesting. You know, I'm never a fan of coming into the town hall with any kind of dragon attack, because you do risk losing so many of those dragons through the poison bomb, especially if there's a nicely placed tornado trap. You've got the single trying to roast them away, and there is a nicely placed tornado trap, and we've got the eagle firing away. Warden ability carries them through most of it, and they do survive, but they've got to get past the core of the base. The Queen does carry on nice and strong, and the King's got huge value out of this, along with the Stone Slammer that carried its way through from that 8 o'clock compartment and supported by the Royal Champion. So Drags live to see another day here, but the Queen is down for the count, and it's all up to those dragons to try and finish off with the final AD and Archer Tower.
Yeah, but the last air defense is going down. He's already showing his device. He knows this is looking good. Only time can maybe... I mean, I don't know why he's so relaxed. I mean, I would be kind of afraid, because dragons are typically kind of slow. But he's already, knowing that it's going to be a 3-star. So nicely done to him. And as we have said, like, with those dragons to the town hall, with the heal spell, and even think everything was worst case for him. You have said it. Tornado Trap into Single Firmament Tower can deal a lot of damage, but this combination of the freeze and the heal spell behind and onto the Town Hall Poison, that was just really crazily nicely done. Just like coming up with this idea, really cool. And as I said, RYNT coming in with strategies, coming in with approaches which are different to the other teams, which kind of make them unique. So really cool to see. Let's see what Perumania is coming up with next. If they keep going with their air, so far they have used the Happy Dragon family, how you call it, and then the Super Dragon. So yeah, looking forward to see the third attack now.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if there's any ground versatility coming in from them. But right now, I mean, primarily air is dominating, and that's why we are seeing so much of it. But it is nice to see a little combination, you know, where we're not seeing as much Lalo, even though Lalo from the right players just shows absolute skill and perfection. But there really is an appreciation that you do have for the drags and how you pass them across. In this case, we get to see the Super Bowler smash. So Perumania not just going to the air, but taking to ground here as well. But we've got 2 Super Bowlers and we've got 5 witches in this combination, but a 7-1 combo here on the Zapquake. So we're going for some big value taking on. Are we going for that Eagle compartment? Or are we coming in for the Queen and Scatter position here? Got a nice, oh, here we go. Queen and Scatter position. Gets that taken down and opens up a nice course. Look at the easy push for the Warden to actually reach to the outside edge and start connecting, bringing everything through from the northern side of the base where he can take on the Eagle and head straight down towards the Town Hall.
Yeah, I'm just kind of out of words at this point. It's so cool to see so many different attack strategies. I mean, yes, we have seen now P.E.K.K.A smash twice, but now we're seeing Super Giant Witch Super Bowl attack. Like, what is going on? That's really cool to see. But he is doing the same approach which we had seen earlier with the P.E.K.K.A smash, coming in from the complete opposite of the Town Hall, which is quite risky. The wall breakers have worked. I'm always scary with those wall breakers. They're not that easy to hit and make it. I know a lot of people don't even know anymore that normal wall breakers exist. But yeah, he's getting things done nicely so far. There's now the lock launcher coming in. And I'm looking forward to see if he's actually making it to that town hall, because the cannon, oh no, the cannon's on the lock launcher and the lock launcher is not going to make it that far.
When's the last time you've seen Super Giants in the mix like this, taking the lead, though? This is what I'm most excited for. Now, Log Launcher is making its way through, just about to open up, but as long as it can get to the majority of the core of the base, he has a jump that can connect closer to the Town Hall. We've got the Yetis coming out that can help with that single targeting Inferno, barreling his way through. The King gets there, helps to take this on, and that means we've got the jump to get into the Town Hall compartment. So Jay Carlos keeping this, going through and barreling his way in with hero abilities intact, including the Warden's ability that just comes off over the Town Hall.
Yeah, I thought, like, is he, like, what exactly is the plan for the Warden ability? And, I mean, he has the King ability left, he has the Queen ability left. What is going on? Like, that was some crazy save. Now the Queen ability, and he already celebrates. Those two teams are really fighting for getting to the playoff stage of this tournament, and that's just crazy. Nice 3-star, especially a 3-star with an army which we have. I mean, you said it. It's a long time since we have seen Super Giants, especially combined with 5 witches, combined with Super Bowlers. That's such a cool mix, and I mean, so far I love this match. Yeah, we had Super Dragons. I know a couple of people in the chat will say, I don't like that spam, but to be honest, it's part of the game, and seeing such a wide variety of attacks in this matchup, I think it's really cool to see different attacks as well, because at the same time, you can say the same thing about Lalo. You always see Lalo with those top teams, so seeing so many different attacks and so many different approaches is really cool to see, and I cannot wait to see what we see next from RYNT and what crazy thing they can come up in this short time, because that's the next thing. Those players have not a lot of time planning things out, right? It's around about 8 attacks in the first 8 minutes to the first attack, so it's not a long time of planning, and it's not easy. So really, really big shout out to those two teams so far.
Yeah, and I think what it comes down to that a lot of players have to remember is it's not just looking at the same strategies like Lalo versus Super Drags. It's the approaches that you come in with. You take a player like Stodger who comes in with the Super Drag attacks where he actually goes through the Town Hall, where you have a player like Ast who will leave the Town Hall and go for it with a cloned Super Minion Blimp. So there are many different approaches, the same as you have with Lalo in going about it. But let's see, we've got Bombador coming in with I call this the Skelly Jelly Donut, because we've got the bat combination coming in. Typically going for those multi-targeting Infernos, we want to take out the Clan Castle here as well. Get that value in the core to make this a much easier push and pass around for the Lalo component, and gets done exactly what he needs to. Now, the one thing he does have to watch out for is the opening position coming in for the Town Hall, if that's indeed where he wants to bring his heroes because of the single targeting Inferno in the back.
And especially another thing which I would like to touch on is not only it's a really cool to watch Skelly, I don't know, what did you say? Skelly Jelly Lalo?
Skelly Jelly Donut. It's Skelly Jelly Donut because it's got the purple bat spell, so it looks like a jelly donut.
Exactly that. And not only with the regular Lalo follow-up. He did not get the Warbreaker right though, so he has no access to that Town Hall, so that's going to be interesting to see how he's trying to save that, because the Lalo for sure was on the menu for him. Like, that was the plan. He wanted to take that out, which so far is not happening. Let's see if the Queen is smart enough and walk into that side. So far, the Royal Champ has to fight with those Tesla, but that Valkyrie, oh my goodness, this is one of the best well-trained Valkyries in the world, but the Town Hall is not falling down. But yeah, what I want to touch on was this Lalo is with Dragon Riders. That's what I want to say. 4 Dragon Riders overall, and he's now sending in the Slammer, and the Town Hall is activated, and with that, maybe he can still save that one.
So we've got the Stone Slammer to take on the Town Hall. Early Warden ability to keep these Drag Riders alive and well, but they are splitting and not getting the full value out of that rage, which is a bit unfortunate. Looking like they want to cross into that poison bomb as well. Bombador is in a very difficult position, but we still have the Lalo follow-up, because it's not just the Drag Riders, it's a Drag Rider Lalo to come in for the back end of the base. He's still got that invisibility spell to try and carry through and hold on, but no Royal Champ now for support with that ability intact. Drag Riders are slowly going down, but drops the invisibility to take down the Inferno there, and the Loons coming in for support is going to be just enough. But Itsu, with only 26 seconds left to go, and so much spread around, including storages, you can see the despair on Bombador's face right now.
Yeah, like just imagine that this Town Hall would went down. The first wall break did not happen as he wanted things to happen. Oh no, 97%. And we have seen the results so far. I mean, so far, every single match which we have streamed actually turned out 15-14. So is that our one match, like one fail during a match? Let's hope not, because so far both teams were on a roll. That was really, really cool. And only this one wall breaker denying him that third star. So let's see what we have now, the other team coming in with. But I cannot wait to see what the next strategy looks like, because so far, except 2 smashes, we have seen every single time a different strategy.
Yeah, but these 2 teams also did come into this both with 14 stars under their belt, so there is a possibility we could see a defense coming in for RYNT, possibly. But this does put a big high right now in Perumania, and we've got Kronos coming in, not Tribe Kronos, different Kronos here in the mix with those super drags. And we've got the 2 lightning spells. We're going to want to take out one of the air sweepers that's going to obstruct the pathing of the dragons. We'll often see this just to ease up the push that we want coming in, and a blimp, of course, to make its way through. And I'm wondering if we're going to see more of those Yeti blimps coming into the mix. So, nope, looks like we come straight in with a sneaky gob on a nice, easy approach.
Ooh, okay, blimp has connected, and there's a lot of troops in there, which can be kind of annoying to deal with. But yeah, as you said, we have those super dragons then coming in. The poison nicely placed. The clan castle troops have to run through that, and it should be able to take most of them out. The Queen at the top side. We have to take a look at that Queen. The majority of those air attacks, it is the Queen and the Unicorn who are going to save those attacks. That's like the important thing. So always keep an eye on that Unicorn, on that Queen. The first rages, as we always see with those super dragons, are getting placed. There were so many black ones at that top side, I think, already triggered. Like 3 black ones or something out of the way already. But the Queen has to stay alive, especially that Unicorn.
She is on such low health, gets that freeze down. Now, typically we want to delay the king to get more power out of it, but does have to force the ability. We've got the crossover of the super drags coming through, and they need to make their way into the core of the base. In these types of super drag style attacks, or any drag attack in general like this, the heroes remain on the outside while you work those dragons on the inside of the base, because the heroes have an easier time taking on the damage from the outskirts. Super drags do wind up taking this down, but we still have the single to worry about, and Royal Champ has it under control with the king ability intact, and there's really not much more to worry about bar the single once the Royal Champ gets through it.
Yeah, and again, it is this queen which is staying alive with this unicorn. This is what a lot of people are saying, that this unicorn is just incredibly strong. Take a look at this queen. She's like non-stop regenerating those hit points with that unicorn on her. The warding going down, and this is going to be another 3-star. So, Super Dragons clearing out one part of the base, and the heroes just finishing things off with those pets being so powerful. And 50 seconds, one freeze is all what it takes to get this attack being a successful 3-star. The freeze is in to make sure the queen is staying alive for sure. And that's going to be the needed 3-star to put even more pressure on RYNT, because this means that they have to 3-star and hope at the same time on a decent defense in the last attack from Perumania. Otherwise, they have to have another shot, because, I mean, whichever team is losing in this one, they're not off the tournament. Don't think like that. I think both of those teams so far are incredibly good in this tournament, so it would be a shame to lose them at this point. No, they have another few chances of getting into those playoffs, but the winning team, they don't need those chances anymore, because they're guaranteed qualifying for the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll have those 1 and 2 spots after this matchup that we know are going to advance on. And then from that point, we'll continue to watch which teams are going to have to continue to fight their way. We will also know which teams are going to be knocked out. And if you look below, this is where we can actually see what's going on in those wars. Queen Walkers versus Absolute Zero was one of those matches that we wanted to keep an eye on, because Queen Walkers was actually down for the count with a 2-star start against Absolute Zero, who had the 3-star. So we'll keep an eye as this continues on. But for King Pen, as you mentioned, it is a 3-star that they need on the board, and they would still need to hold a 96% 2-star defense to get the win over this. So there's like barely any room to breathe in this for them. But King Pen coming in with the queen charge Lalo here, and starting to shape up the path to force this queen into the scattershot compartment.
Yeah, and so far it's looking good that this queen is now following inside and going for this scatter compartment. He needs to rage soon. Yes, exactly, because of the queen and this scatter shot. Should be in time. He's not losing the queen ability. That would be a shame otherwise. He's having 3 wall breakers left. Let's see how he's going to use them. The clan caster is coming out, and the rages are coming in as well. There's the king getting pushed into this top eagle compartment. Let's see if he's going for the wizard tower. He should go for the wizard tower to push the queen to the right side, and obviously getting that eagle and the single inferno tower out of the way. Royal Champion not used yet. I think he's going to delay it. Okay, not delayed it for the multi-inferno tower in the core, so he's keeping that intact. But more wall breakers are coming in to take down the wall towards that town hall. The queen is having a long journey ahead of her, but at least there is no walls in between of her and her target.
Yeah, I love this push coming in, using the opening for the king, but bringing in the warden and the royal champion to get extra power. We've got the queen on her target for the town hall, but it's a stone slimer coming into the damage zone where we have the multi soaking up those traps, and this means those loons coming in are for support along the outside edge, working with the king, with the royal champion, with the warden to take on those defenses. We have the headhunters taking down the defending RC at the same time, invisibility dropping to get the queen through the town hall, and some spread on the loons to take care. This looks like a phenomenal finish for King Pen, but it doesn't end here, Itsu.
No, it does not end here, because it still needs a defense for them to take this first spot in those playoffs. And it's not going to be easy. I mean, we've seen the results at the moment. So many 15 and 14 stars results. And I mean, both teams for sure deserve those, even though the creativity from those teams, it is really impressive. And now let's see. The last attack of this match. It's kind of the same scenario which we had earlier with Strut, where Yo-Yo had to pretty much 3-star. And it's kind of the same thing again, right? It's kind of the same thing again. A lot of pressure against this, like for this team, and especially for a kind of like an underdog, which does not have, like, maybe they don't have that much experience how to handle the pressure. So that's going to be an interesting thing to see how they handle it, or if the pressure is like affecting them in the performance which they're going to give us in just a few seconds.
Yeah, 98% 2-star, or they are going down into the 2 and 1 bracket to try and fight to see another day. Otherwise, they can get the win if they can hit that 98% 2-star or higher if they get that triple. And they seem to show no fear. There's nothing that's been stopping them coming through. Barely any hiccups. If anything, it feels like RYNT has had more of the struggle in this one, not knowing what to expect from Perumania, which has given them the advantage in this match. So very exciting to see how this one is going to finish up. And taking a quick look, we've got Queen Walkers, who is still a star down against Absolute Zero. So for them, it's going to be do or die, and it doesn't look like they have the percent that could get them through. We might just see the loss of Queen Walker Stephanie in the Swiss bracket. But let's focus on this final attack as we have F from Perumania coming in with the final hit and coming in with the Hydra.
Ooh, let's see. He's using those lightnings for the sweeper, getting that out of the way nice and early, and then trying to push the king into the eagle maybe, or he's just sending in all of those dragons and dragon riders onto this bottom right flank. Double rages in. Again, early warning ability, a lot of black mines which are getting triggered. And now let's see how good those dragons... Oh my goodness, so many black mines actually are getting triggered by this warning ability. That's just crazy. Grenade trap on the far right side. Now the question is, how good is this blimp going to make it to that town hall? A lot of red bombs in the core. The red bombs are not as deadly, obviously, as, for example, those black mines. And the king far on the left side with that royal champion. There's the super minions coming out of the clan castle to deal some damage, and the blimp is having an interesting angle. Let's see if he's going to make it to the town hall.
Yeah, and there's only one dragon to actually support this. The majority of the other dragons on the opposite side of the base, so has to keep those minions in the poison. Does manage to get the town hall taken down, and the surrounding defenses here. And those super minions do go down without a fight. Final freeze coming in over the Warden Tower air sweeper, and the single to get that final finish inside the base. This is a 3-star all day long with the Queen ability, with the Royal Champ ability, and 2 freezes intact. F knows that he has come in, not with the F, but with the W for Perumania to advance on into the playoffs. This is an exciting moment for Perumania, who's come in, a team that not many of us have known, and taken down RYNT, but it's to look at the swag power that he's got left over in this.
Yeah, nicely done. Getting this 3-star in. Wow, what an attack it was. And we have the winner. And again, I mean, we keep going with those results. 15-14. What is going on every single round? And yeah, there you can see the war stats. What a crazy match. Wow. 99.4%. That's a lot of percentage, but 100 is just more.